Recording in progress. Welcome back to Game Chat. My name's Declan, and today we're doing the talk show. It's completely uncut, unedited, nothing in the background. We're literally uploading it straight from Zoom. And we've got some pretty solid topics today. We're going to react to the draft lotto, the Joe Panic trade, Garrett Cole. We are going to be talking. Chris is going to be talking about some Ben Simmons, Damian Lillard trades, and then we're going to be talking about some coaches, Chauncey Billups and Ime Udoka, and then Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson because Scottie Pippen might be tripping balls. So, do you want to start off with the draft lottery? What do you think? Because
I'm just trying to pull up the order just so I.
so I want to talk about something real quick because I feel like the Raptors. I think I'm like one of the only people who don't want the Raptors to draft Jalen Suggs. I'm really trying to get them to get like someone like Jalen Green, and putting them at 4 puts them
Everyone
in.
wants Jalen Green over Suggs. It's just people are
Yeah.
fine with Suggs because he could be a generational player at point guard. He can be like a less athletic Russell Westbrook with a better jump shot sort of thing. Like
hmm
he's a very good play. He's very shifty.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
There's
I
no one other than a center that fits with the Raptors, in my opinion, for this
I
draft.
I agree. I think Evan Mobley. If the Raptors have the opportunity to get Evan Mobley,
I'd
I
give
would
up
die.
freaking. I'd give up
I'd give up everyone.
Pascal
Yeah.
pick 4 to move up to 2 and get
And
Mobley.
listen,
That's
I
how.
think I think. Do you think Houston would take that trade? Because I do. Put
Oh,
Pascal
it was
alongside
it's an
Capella.
overpay. I don't know if the Raptors would even offer it, but
But what about Pascal and for pick 7? Did you hear about that?
yeah, I did. The problem with that is the cap space. They'd have to throw in
Yeah,
Wiggins.
it'd be
They'd have to
Wiggins.
throw
I don't
in
mind Wiggins. I actually really like
no, but
Wiggins
they'd
to be
also have
honest
to
with you.
throw in Wiseman. So they're giving up so much for one guy
Yeah,
who
that's so
we don't
much.
know if he's gonna ever be the same player. I like the fit in Golden State.
I do
I think
too.
he can be a great small ball center with him and Dream on
Yep.
alternating.
I
But
think I think Golden
the
State.
rest of the lottery, can we just go over some teams? The Sacramento Kings, man, I feel really bad for them. I wanted them to jump up into the top to propel the playoff. But I think at
Yeah,
9 they can get a steal in Jalen Johnson. I'm mocking
Jalen
Jalen Johnson
Johnson's pretty
to
solid.
go to 9. Um, you got teams like the. You think Orlando's taking 2 people? I do, but like they have such a nice roster and such a
hmm
guard heavy draft that I don't know if like what, because they've been
I
mocked to
mean,
take Keon Johnson and Jonathan Kuminga, and
I think
that's
I think they'll take Kaminga, no doubt. I think putting
yeah.
him alongside Jonathan Isaac, maybe to keep him happy, have 2 defenders. It'd be really solid. Two guys that are very two. Jonathan Kaminga is like almost like very similar to Jonathan Isaac. Just Jonathan Kaminga can somewhat score. Um, I think I like that fit in Orlando.
Let's talk about the Cavs. Let's talk about the Cavs. So did you hear the? Let me just read you some of the Cav reports.
Let's hear it.
1, they're interested in trading Colin
Yeah,
Sexton.
Colin Sexton.
I'm fine with that. There's
So
nothing
am
wrong
I.
with that.
Yeah,
2, if Evan Mobley's there, they're gonna take Mobley and they're gonna trade Jared Allen.
I
I'm
think.
wait. I
Let's hear
think
it.
that's a good move, but I'm putting
hmm
it out there. They're gonna turn into a Danny Ainge situation because Danny Ainge does that. Look what he did with Isaiah Thomas, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's why the main reason he stepped down because no one would come to Boston because there's no loyalty.
yeah.
Like, how are you gonna just trade for a guy and he's starting to get along with all your players? He's been playing
hmm
great in Cleveland,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
I really
oh,
like Jared Allen. I think he could be a
I
good
like
pick
the
at
back.
center.
I want to see them in a front court, him and Mobley together.
Yeah, I think.
Because Mobley will most likely be a 4. I feel.
Yeah, I think he could be a really solid stretch for you. You know
Feel
what?
bad
Maybe
for
even what?
Feel bad for OKC dropping down 2 spots.
They've got like 17 first-round picks, so we're chilling. Um, I think honestly, Evan Mobley. I saw this on Instagram. It's by one of those just like fan page things, and they were like comparing Evan Mobley to DeMarcus Cousins. Because I personally see it like because they both run the
I don't
floor
see
really
the
well.
build, but the play style is actually very
Yeah, the
similar. Now,
the play style is very similar.
Prime Boogie. Can we? I have a comparison. I want to get your opinion on this for Cade.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic
hmm
or a less athletic Russell Westbrook. Because look, they're doing all that. Like they're not selfish players,
hmm
but they're gonna look for their shot first. But
Yeah,
they're
they're gonna look
fine
for.
play to
Yeah.
help the team win. Like I think Cade's gonna come average and do what he did in college and average
Yeah.
27 and 7 right away,
Immediately?
immediately. I
No
think
one.
he's gonna. I think it's gonna be a battle between him and Jalen Green for rookie of the year because Jalen Green's gonna average like
Yeah.
30.
Bro, Jalen Green. If Jalen Green goes to
Not
Cleveland,
gonna be the best player. He's gonna be the best scorer from the
yeah.
class. I guarantee it.
And I remember I said Jalen Green could be like what Malik Monk was supposed to be. Remember we were talking about that and a
I
few
think he
months ago.
plays just like T Mac personally.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah. Okay, so let's
I
move
like that.
past the draft model. We're gonna have an official mock draft coming one of these
Yeah.
days. So yeah.
Let's talk about the Joe Panic at the Disco trade because
You
to
can
be
go
honest with
first.
you, I didn't know who Adam Kimber was. Like I heard the name, I didn't really know much about him before the trade, and I love me some Panic at the Disco, and I really like some Corey Dickerson too. I think this trade's a W for the Jays. I really
And a
like
nice
Panic.
reliever. He's a
He's got
sidearmer
a
though.
he's got a 2.88 ERA in like 34 innings this year, and he's on team control till like 2025. So I I
Deal.
think that's some good
Was
help,
there a
especially.
player to be named later in the trade? Is that one of the
I
pieces in
don't
it?
I don't I don't know. There
Because I
there
don't
could be some
understand
cash or something.
why they do this. Why the Marlins would do this. Is Dickerson on
Um,
like a long deal or something?
Dickerson's on like a really like large. I think he's like
2 years,
eight. I
right?
think
Six
I think it's
or
8 million.
something.
I think it's 8 million a year.
Yeah,
Or
so 2 years,
I know it's like
600.
2 years 17.5, but I don't know if that's like per year or combined.
Yeah, it's something like that. I can't remember, but
But
yeah.
getting Corey Dickerson, I really like Corey Dickerson. He hit 300 with Tampa Bay. He had like 27 bombs. A really good bat off the bench, and I think that's really.
I'm just putting it out there, okay?
Mhm.
I think this means Rich may be gone.
I agree with you. Actually, I think Rich might be gone
And
for a
wait,
reliever.
wait, you owe me an apology, I believe, about Randall Grichuk. I did say at the beginning of the season, the first 2.5 months of the season, they should have traded him right there because he would have fell off
I'm not
completely.
giving you an apology. Are you dumb? I'm not
He
giving you an
dropped his
apology.
batting average dropped by like .30. He's
That's
not hitting the
expected. That's
ball,
expected, though. Listen,
but
here's why I like
like look
Grichuk.
at what the highest trade value was.
Yeah, but listen, Grichuk hits the ball harder than like anyone in the league. This dude, like when the Jays got him from St. Louis, this dude was like leading the league in exit velocity. Like he hits the ball hard, and I think he's
What
a
do you
really
think?
good
Where
veteran
do
in the
you have
locker
any
room.
trade destinations for him?
I could see like Houston. Oakland is always in need of pieces because they are going to be fighting for that division with Houston.
They already own it right now. They're the third best team in baseball. If I'm
Yeah, Houston's the best team and they're in the same division.
oh crap, Houston. Wait, or is it the Didn't the Giants just hit 50 wins?
No, it's the Giants or no, sorry, it's Oakland, Houston and is it the Giants?
I saw some of the Giants just hit 50 wins.
I thought they're hovering around 500 now. Maybe not. But I really like this trade. What do you think?
I like it for the Jays. I don't understand what the hell the Marlins were doing. I mean, sure you're clearing salary, but like you could have got more probably for Corey Dickerson.
Adam Kimber's going to be a really good. He's going to be a really
So
good
yeah,
fit
it's
here.
the Astros are 48 and
Yeah,
31. The Athletics are 47. The Red Sox have
yeah.
48, 47 for the Rays, and then
Yeah.
the Giants are 50 and 28.
Jesus
Great.
Christ, bro!
Kevin Gausman.
If Degrom wasn't doing what he's doing, Kevin Gausman could win Cy Young. Like,
It's a shame, bro, because like the year he's having, he should win it, and it's just that's how good DeGrom is.
yeah, DeGrom is absolutely disgusting. Let's talk about many people consider the second best pitcher in baseball. I personally don't. I think Trevor Bauer, Shane Bieber are better than him. Garrett Cole. He was one of the poster boys for the sticky substance thing going on, and me and Chris were talking about this, and he's got a 2.66 ERA right now, but for all of June, he's got a 4.65 ERA in 5 starts, right? So
Five, yeah,
once
five.
the
He was
league,
third to like 26, I think.
So the MLB cracked down on the sticky substance, and now he's just gone to shits. Um, what what do you think about this? What do you think this means for the Yankees? Someone who's fighting for a playoff spot in the toughest
They're
division
not
in
making the
baseball.
playoffs. I'm putting it out there right. They're not
They're
making
not.
it.
They're not because the Jays are
Off
going to
of a
finish ahead of
division.
them. It
Like, think about it. Think about it. They're gonna have to compete with the Athletics right now. They're gonna have
yeah
to compete with teams already in their own division. I'm
yeah.
definitely like here. Let me check. They're gonna have to compete with the freaking the White Sox. Like it's they're still competing with the Jays. The Jays have a 2 game lead on them, or a game lead technically.
The
Like
L listen,
they're
the
screwed
AL like
this year.
let's put it this way, like the Yankees or the Jays or like if they were
They'll
putting
go out
like
and
the
spend
AL
150
West,
million in free agency this
oh
offseason. So they're
The
gonna be
Yankees the Yankees will never rebuild. They will never rebuild in their life because they have a $300 million cap lock or cap salary. Whatever. I'm
Oh
drawing a
man, I
blank.
hate baseball. I hate it so much.
So do I. So Chris, we were talking about some Ben Simmons, Damian Lillard trades, and you said that you had some trades, and I was going to rate them.
You can rate them, yeah. So like for both sides.
Yeah.
So number one, we have Ben Simmons going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with 2 second-round picks for Colin Sexton and Kevin Love.
You know what? I really like that trade because now Philadelphia gets some floor spacing and Kevin Love, a veteran in that locker room, someone who's won the championship before, and now you can get Colin Sexton, who's a young guard, someone who, can score the ball, obviously, like we've
Restricted
seen.
free agent too. Going to be a
Yeah.
restricted next year.
And Colin Sexton is the type of guy that, you know what, you can let go in restricted free agency if you'd like, especially if you're Philadelphia. I really like that trade. I think Ben Simmons,
1 out of 10 for both sides, or 1 to 10.
I like the trade for Cleveland. Probably like Cleveland, I'd say like a 7. Philadelphia, I'd say like a like I want to say an 8 because Kevin Love would be coming off the bench. Because obviously you've got Toby Toby's not playing small forward, right? He's playing power forward.
No, they got him playing stretch four. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give a quick thought on this. My only problem with this trade is for the Cavs. They'd obviously be playing Ben Simmons at power forward most likely in this situation. Your starting lineup's gonna be Darius Garland, who
Hmm.
an iffy 3-point shooter to say
Yeah.
the least. Jalen Green, who relies on the mid range and dunking a lot more than
Yeah.
three.
A lot like
Then you
DeRozan.
have Isaac Okoro most likely. Can't really shoot.
You
Ben
know what?
Simmons, Jared
I'd,
Allen.
I'd like to trade more if Philadelphia threw in Seth Curry, but he's a free agent, right?
No. They got him on 2 years left, 8
Oh,
mil.
yeah, yeah. Because
But
that's
I
that.
think
That's
I feel like they'll keep him just because that's
yeah,
such a
just to
nice
keep him
contract
around.
for a guy.
Such a good contract.
So
He's
now we're
Seth
gonna
Curry's
switch to a
underrated.
Damian Lillard trade.
Let's hear.
Um, Damian Lillard to the Chicago Bulls. Okay. First of all, I came up with this before I saw the reports about them wanting him. I
Hmm.
loved it for them because they'd be giving up like probably Kobe White, Thad Young, maybe. I don't think they'll have to give up Patrick Williams if they can throw on the rest of their draft capital
I agree.
for their next couple years. Like, I think the future should be getting a good point guard of the future, shooting guard of the future, and Kobe White.
Hmm.
And for the Bulls, like, come on now, come
That's a really good fit. I really like that
backcourt
because that might.
basketball.
I feel like if the Bulls get Damian Lillard, that could either persuade Zach LaVine to come back, or it might backfire and push him away. Because I don't really know what type of person Zach LaVine is when it comes to
I think
being
Zach
the
LaVine
second
just wants
option.
to win.
I agree.
So
I think he wants to win.
I
And
I have seen trades where it's like Ben Simmons for Zach LaVine. I'm not gonna bring any of those in here
yeah,
because that's stupid. Why would you
I
go
agree.
and
That's
trade for
just
Ben
that's
and then
that's
go
really
right
stupid.
back to rebuilding?
I completely agree. But like Damian Lillard, someone who's like 31, he's been in some winning locker rooms. He's been, in the playoffs before, and I think that, you know what, Damian Lillard might like he's a good veteran, and Vucevic he's got one more year left, right?
Two.
2. That Bulls team could fight for like a 4 seed. I,
It could even come out of the East with that team. Dame just having the extra chip on
mhm,
his shoulder. Maybe Levine maybe base next year off of the success the team has, if he's gonna
mhm.
stay or if he's gonna go. But I feel like I think he may respect them making that move because it's kind of like, we believe in this thing. We want you to
Yeah,
make the playoffs.
yeah.
But out of one to 10, what are you gonna rate it?
For Lillard, you know what? I like their trade a lot for the Bulls. I would say an 8 for the Bulls. I would say I was gonna say like a 6 for
Yeah, just
Portland.
because the Bulls don't like, I don't. If they're gonna have to give up Patrick Williams, I say don't do
Yeah,
it because then you're
Y-
losing a bunch of depth.
yeah.
But maybe this would turn into a three-team deal where like
Hmm.
some of the Bulls like veterans that aren't going to be playing, for like Tomas Zatoransky.
Scratch that. Actually, I really like this trade for the Bulls getting back Thad Young. I really like, or Portland. I really like Portland getting Thad Young, putting him
But
alongside Vooch.
the thing I have with it is, it's like, if they get him back, it's like, well, where does he fit if a team's not going to be good? Because did you hear what
Yeah.
Nurkic said?
What?
Nurkic said, "I don't care about Portland. If Dame's gone, I'm gone."
Did he actually?
Yeah, he said, "Dame's gone. I'm not gonna want to be here either. I'm a free agent next off season. I'm out." Like,
Jeez. So,
my next one is gonna be Damian Lillard. Or sorry, no, this isn't a Dame or Ben Simmons trade. Actually, I'll save this one for the end. Ben Simmons for CJ McCollum straight up. Now, want me to explain
explain it.
why? So
Explain.
I feel like the Blazers have enough scoring. If you look at the roster, sure, this doesn't put Ben Simmons in the perfect place because he's like, okay, well, I have to play with a center who just can't shoot at all, and
Mm-hmm.
Nurkic. We go and sign like a floor spacer in free agency. Anyway, they have enough scoring. They need a defender next to Dame. You could play Ben at the shooting guard. You could play him at the 3, at the 4. It doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I like that fit with him and Dame so much, or I feel like it'd be so good in my head. And then for the Sixers, you're getting a crafty shot
Yeah.
creator
Someone
who
who can
is going
score
to
too.
look who's
Like
going to
shoot
look
the
just
three.
straight for his own shot. So you're going to
Yeah.
have to add a playmaker, maybe bring back TJ in the offseason. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, it's like, it's a win. I feel like it's a win-win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
And then if
I
the
agree.
Blazers do want to rebuild, then they got a focal point of their future.
Yeah, I actually really like that. So would that be so would they trade Dame too?
They could, or they could probably give it a year and then maybe
Yeah.
trade him.
Okay. I like that trade a
They
lot.
have a lot of people expiring, like not this offseason. I'm gonna keep saying it, next offseason.
Yeah.
So maybe it's like a deadline thing. If we're not playing good, we're gonna sell and just trade our assets that are gonna be free agents. Like
I
like
really like
Nurkic.
that trade. I like that trade a lot.
Okay. So I'm gonna be honest. I had a lot more trades. I can't really find them.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll make one up off the dome right here for Ben Simmons. We're gonna go Ben Simmons to the Raptors. Now, the trade I was thinking of for this is a Kyle Lowry sign and
Mm-hmm.
trade,
Yeah.
probably involving mate. Like, I feel like the Sixers may need just a little bit more, and it'd probably be like maybe Rodney Hood,
Yeah, I like that.
because they're not gonna really play him. Maybe throw in DeAndre Bembry as well, or maybe like a Paul
Yeah.
Watson or someone.
Yeah, I really like DeAndre Bembry.
Then the
I
Raptors.
like that.
This puts the Raptors in a little bit more of a place where they can maybe take another forward in the draft, or trade down and feel a bit more comfortable with their
I agree. If
team.
they make that move, I think they would probably trade down. They would try and trade
Yeah,
down.
I like the fit with them because, yeah, my only problem with it is the floor spacing is a bit weird
Yep.
because
And just the shot
Jokic
IQ on
can't
that team's
shoot, he's
terrible.
not great at it.
Yeah.
Pascal can shoot, he's not great at it. Fred's excellent from 3,
Oh,
but yeah,
except the Fred's a good shooter, but his shot IQ is just
yeah. I
not
feel
very
like Ben
good.
Simmons needs. Oh, I remember the one. Um, It'd be a Ben Simmons to the Timberwolves trade. Shout out Pee Wee the Plug, 1/4 through the wire, for giving me this idea. Ben Simmons to the Minnesota Timberwolves for D'Angelo Russell. Basically, straight up, in my opinion, I think you'd probably have to throw in maybe Jarrett Culver.
I agree.
'Cause
I think you'd have to throw in
I
Jared
think a
Culver.
guy like Jarrett Culver, they've given up on. They've basically already said that. They've
Yeah.
made it public. Maybe throw in Jarrett Culver. The Sixers will send back to make cap work. Paul Reed, the MVP, and
Mm-hmm.
you got a deal there because then maybe the Sixers can try to salvage him with his Jarrett Culver has 2 years left. Try to
Yeah.
salvage that, build, maybe make him like a good rotational shooter, and
Yeah.
then you get a guy like Lillard, similar to the CJ McCollum.
Someone who can just shoot, give him the ball and he'll shoot. I really like that trade. I'd probably say the Timberwolves come up on top because they get rid of two people that might be holding them back. Like I think Jared Culver's holding their front office back. Like, do we still give him a shot or no?
Give me
Um,
a chance.
and then D'Angelo Russell, I don't think he fits alongside Cat. And if Cat's your franchise guy, if that's really what you want, you should put him around some playmakers, people that can get Cat the ball, and that's what Ben Simmons will do. So I really like that trade for the Timberwolves.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna wrap it up after this deal, but I'm so high on this deal. Okay, so I don't know what package of young pieces you'd be sending to this team. The Indiana Pacers would get 3 or 2 young pieces in pick 24. I believe it will be in the draft. And the Hawks will acquire Malcolm Brogdon. The trade I've compiled is Kevin Herter, which I don't
Hmm.
know if they want to trade him because he's been amazing this
Yeah,
playoff run.
yeah.
Cam Reddish and Bruno Fernando for Malcolm Brogdon.
Honestly, listen, I think you could just throw Cam Reddish, Bruno Fernando, and like a first in there if they're really not willing to
The only reason
throw
I
in.
put in Kevin Herter, I feel like he is a Pacers type of player, like
Yeah,
just like a low key guy. And also, it's like the if you're giving away your guy who averages sneaky like 23 and 7,
yeah,
you're gonna want a bit more back.
yeah,
And they're giving up. He's gonna obviously play shooting guard with Trey.
yeah.
So
Ice,
you're saying
Treya, flood and ice, 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 ice.
ice,
If
ice. Okay, so
Kane
how do you
call
rate
him
that trade?
Joe Budden, ice, ice. I really like that for the Pacers. I like it for the Pacers a lot because I really like Kevin Herter. I think he could be a really solid sharpshooter, like maybe like Seth Curry-esque, maybe not to the exact clip that he's doing it at. Um, and then I think Bruno Fernando honestly can become a really solid rim protector, someone who might not be able to run the floor extremely well, but can still get the job done. And Cam Reddish, you know what? Cam Reddish had top five potential in that class with the RJ Barrett class, and he was even projected top three. So the amount of potential Cam Reddish has, I think that if the Pacers develop him, he could be a really solid 20-point per game scorer. I still believe
Okay,
that.
so I have a bit of a wild one here. It's a 4 for 4 swap. It's a 4 for 4 trade.
Yeah,
Okay, it doesn't necessarily need to be 4 for 4 because we know that in the NBA there's ways to get around like cap issues.
yeah.
Okay, so technically it's a 4 for 4 because 2 first-round picks are going to be involved in this. I think you already know where this is going. Pick 7, pick 14 will be sent to the Indiana Pacers along with Andrew Wiggins and James Wiseman for,
Wow. Saboner?
for either Sabonis or Miles Turner, and then TJ Warren, Jeremy Lamb, and Justin Holiday.
Okay. I think
Kevon Looney
if
should also be in the deal too.
if you're not getting Saboner, you need um you need to take out one of those two lotto picks. I think if
Because
you're
the only reason I threw in the 2 is because you're getting Bubble God. Like think about this. I'll do the Sabonis situation first. You're gonna have Curry, Clay, PJ
Mhm,
Warren, Draymond, Sabonis, Jeremy
mhm.
Lamb, Jordan Poole, uh, Justin Holiday. Like I can't remember the Warriors bench. Kelly Oubre possibly is going to be back. You're probably going to sign a center in free agency to be the backup. Like
Yeah.
I feel like Golden State, and they're in a nice position this offseason with those picks. And they're players that like Andrew Wiggins has been phenomenal in Golden State. Like not to the level of what he was for a bit
I
in
love Andrew
Minnesota, but
Wiggins. I'd love him on Toronto, to be honest with you. I think he'd be a really good fit there. Um, you know what? I
see
think we
that
should
wrap up my trade portion.
I think we should transition into some Celtics news. Ime Udoka becomes the new head coach for the Celtics.
Let's go.
That was the guy I wanted the Celtics to take.
I wanted Chauncey, but like just hearing this guy, I watched the 27-minute long presser where he was talking. Stuff where he's calling Marcus Smart a foundational piece just makes me smile. Like
makes me happy.
like,
Makes me
he
smile.
knows I'm gonna bust their asses. Like talking about players. He made fun of Brad Stevens for the team being 27th in assists. That we're gonna need a lot more ball movement. That he's gonna build up the defense from the bottom. Like Moses Brown's bought into the team. Like it's amazing.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Steve-O.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Not much.
Okay, continue with what you were saying.
I'm just saying, like, it's gonna be a nice team, man. Like,
I really like Ime for your team. I'm really happy for what the Celtics have, and I think that, you know what, they're gonna be fighting for a 1 seed. To be honest with you, I think they're with another
don't
year
give me hope.
with another
It
year
all
of
depends on
Tatum
if they
and.
get Fournier back.
Have you ever searched up Fournier on Google?
Okay, no.
All right, let's move on to Chauncey Billups and Portland.
5-year deal, 5 years.
Hmm.
They really believe in this man. I'm happy for him, Chauncey. Shout out Click Productions for predicting this in on his I Am Click channel. Link in description. His Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard Le GM series.
Listen, do you think that now that Damian Lillard sees Chauncey here, do you think he wants to stay?
The reports are saying otherwise. They're
Yes.
saying because he didn't hire Jason Kidd, he wants out. He
Yeah,
feels slighted or whatever.
I agree. And this is what I don't like. I don't like player freedom. You know, you sign the contract. I don't really care. You're like, okay, maybe think this through. It's not about the money. You know what? My team's going downhill. Why are you signing there then? You've got free agency. You've got.
Thing is with this, I'm fine with Dame leaving. It's not okay. So my criteria for you leaving is don't pull a James Harden and be going into the media talking shit about your team.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I don't think Dame's that type
Don't
person.
do it like Anthony Davis. You're a 26-year-old. Your team is trying to build around you. You can go. You can't do that. Dame's given 11 years now to the Blazers. They built good teams, but like injuries and stuff, it's just.
I don't care.
You wouldn't see stuff like this, but this is uncut. How long have we got?
We are like 30 minutes in.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up after this probably. But anyway, I feel like he just like when you give 11 years to a team, it'd be like if the Warriors did nothing with Curry. I'd be fine if he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fine if Dame wants to request a trade. It just all depends on how he goes about it.
Yeah.
Like he seems like a very respectful person. Like if Bradley Beal went and requested a trade, I don't think he'd go into the media too.
Yeah. I like if you've given your all and, you know, your team's just not really going anywhere, you know, I'm okay with you requesting a trade. It's like the James Harden that was like the Anthony Davis.
I understood why Harden wanted out, but like, but when the team asks you, do you want Westbrook or would you rather have John Wall? And you say John Wall, and they go make that deal and get nothing back.
Yeah.
Except for an old man who can't do anything because he has bum leg. Like you're just screwing the franchise. And Christian Wood, goddamn, like he's like, yeah, I want to come here to win. Well, James is gone, so
and like he went from Detroit and right to Houston, like
R.I.P. Detroit, but shout out Detroit. Shout out Detroit.
They might have a bright future coming. So should that wrap it up?
Good. Let's just touch on something real quick.
Pippin, what are you smoking, bro?
If you were a betting man, right, out of 100, what is the chance Marvin Bagley gets moved before draft night or on draft night?
70%.
What do you think they could get for him?
You brought up something about the Sacramento King or the San Antonio Spurs. It was like a Damian Lillard or DeRozan trade. And then you brought up what was the other trade? Um,
I think it was like a Pistons Grizzlies thing.
no, 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 no. It was a different trade. It was I don't know what it was, but I think honestly, Sacramento should do whatever they can to either win now or try and move up to get this
Oh,
five.
do you know what it was? It was if the Blazers were rebuilding, they'd go and get Nurk.
No, no, it was something. Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking of the marketing thing. I'm thinking of the marketing thing.
Right, yeah, Mark. Yo, guys, remember, I'm gonna put this out there before it becomes a big thing. Markkinen, DeMar sign and trade to Chicago, along with Kyle Lowry, also going to
Facts.
Chicago. Okay, wait. I asked JC this. You guys know JC, Justin Chung. What are the chances that DeMar and Kyle end up on the same team next year?
25%.
I'm going 57%. You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
Because Miami's got money. They got enough money to bring in both of them. The Knicks got enough money to bring in both of them. The Bulls have enough money to bring them both. The Raptors do. The freaking
If
the
the Raptors do, I'll cream pie. I'll cream on.
Okay, yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today's